2001 is when the Classic Pulsar line first came out from Bajaj, and in 2026 we are finally seeing the next generation of those models. Both the 125 and 150 have seen a clean slate redesign, and they both share nothing with their predecessors except for their striking looks. But we'll get to that in just a minute. First, what I'm going to tell you about is the engine. Now, the 125cc engine and the 150cc engine on these Pulsars is all new. It doesn't share anything with the N models or the NS models. It's its own thing. The 125cc Pulsar makes 12 horsepower and 11.4 Nm, whereas the 150cc Pulsar makes 14 horsepower and 14 and a bit Newton meters of torque. The important thing to note here is that Bajaj claims that most of the torque, 60% of it, is available from 3000 RPM onwards. This is an important thing in trustworthy city commuters. What's also nice to have in a city commuter is that the clutch is quite light, and in the gearbox, Bajaj has added a clever little feature. Now, once you drop below a certain RPM level, the engine will stall. But on the Pulsar, Bajaj will incrementally keep feeding the engine revs so you don't stall if you're not accelerating or you've just left the clutch at very low RPMs, which is a nice touch. Another nifty feature that Bajaj has added to the Pulsar 125 and 150, and this is only on the top variants, it's the presence of an integrated starter generator that enables a sort of mild hybrid system wherein you have start-stop tech. When you pull up at a signal, the engine idles for a few seconds and then it shuts off. Once you want to get going, you just press the clutch or accelerate and the engine will restart. You can go on your way. What it also enables is silent start. While we have the engine on, let me give you a brief taste of the exhaust note. It's a very bassy, if a little muted exhaust note. It's very similar to the Pulsar N models that we've seen, and it actually sounds quite nice for a commuter. While Bajaj has done a lot of work to the engine, they also haven't forgotten the chassis either. Now, the older Pulsar 125 and 150s used to use double cradle frames from way back when, but these new models, they're using diamond type frames where the engine is also a stressed member, and they've also moved to a monoshock rear suspension, replacing the twin shock absorbers. What you also get on the 150 is ABS, whereas in the 125 you make do with CBS. In line with the mechanicals, the feature set of the Pulsar 125 and 150 has also seen a big step up. Now, we have the top 150cc single seat variant with you. So what I'm going to show you is this crisp TFT display. It's a 5-inch unit and it's one of the largest ones in the segment. Bajaj has also baked in some nifty features like document storage, screen sharing on the display, and you also have 3 riding modes: rain, road and sport. All of the functions are controlled through this switch pad for the TFT. Let me just give you a brief run through of the functions. That is the vehicle information. You can go to settings, personalize what sort of ride mode you want, sport, road, rain, tour. There's connectivity for your phone. You can even turn off or turn on the idle start-stop system if you so wish. There's a load more features. We'll really need more time with the bikes to tell you more about that. That is the crisp TFT display, and this makes the Pulsar 125 and 150 one of the most unique offerings in the segment to give you this feature. Now, we see loads of Pulsars being used as commuters, and that's because they're very comfortable machines. This new generation of Pulsar, at least ergonomically, also carries forward that trait. The seat is nice and spacious. The foot pegs are placed very nicely. My legs are placed just how I'd want them. The handlebars are also nice and upright. Even though it's a clip-on handlebar, the length is quite nice. There's no untoward slouch from here or anything. And all in all, I think this is going to be a nice commuting companion. And once we get to ride it, we will tell you whether that statement holds true. Before we end, I want to touch a little bit upon the styling of the new Pulsars. Now, while it might look very similar to the outgoing models, there have been small nips and tucks everywhere. As you can see, there's a sharper all-LED headlight. Now, this is of course a top model, so features like the LED headlight and LED blinkers might not be available on the lower variants. As we move behind, there is a nice muscular tank, a proper Pulsar hallmark, if you will. These nice tank extension gives you a nice big look when you're riding. It's a nice spacious seat. It's very broad. 2 people should, I think, be able to fit on it. Bajaj tells us that they've slimmed this area, which means shorter people should have an easier reach to the ground. As we move backward, you have the signature twin Pulsar taillight sort of thing going on. It's a very nice looking tail light, just like it was before. It's become a little bit sharper, and this exhaust, it has become a little slimmer, little longer, and there are 5 edges over here, the pentagonal style exhaust. We gave you a listen. What do you think about the Pulsar's exhaust note? And while Bajaj has revamped the mechanicals, added a bucket load of features, what they haven't changed is the Pulsar's competitive positioning. The 125cc Pulsar starts just under 93,000 rupees and goes up to 1,04,000 ex-showroom Delhi, whereas the 150cc Pulsar starts at 1,15,000 and tops out at 1,23,000. That is certainly very competitive positioning for these commuters. And would you pick a new Classic Pulsar today in 2026 over more feature-rich and newer rivals? Let us know in the comment section below.